everyone, hope you're doing fine, and welcome to day one of 30 days of Lerxst, aka Alex Lifeson month here on my channel. Figured that I would ease you into Alex Lifeson month with a somewhat easy one, the solo to Fly By Night from the album of the same name, released in the winter of 1975. The track Fly By Night was the first single released from Rush's second album, and the first one released to an international audience, and not strictly within the confines of Canada. The track reached number 45 in Canada and as high as number 88 in the States, giving the band its first real taste of international attention, as their debut album, while released in the States at the time, failed to make much of an initial impression and didn't chart any singles. Now, Fly By Night was also Neil Peart's first album with the band, and his influence is easily heard on nearly every cut on this album, as elements of prog rock had started to become much more defined on this release. A genre, of course, that the band would soon become synonymous with upon further releases. Not to mention, of course, the massive uptick in the quality of the lyrics. That goes without saying, I suppose. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I don't think that the band much cared for the track Fly By Night, in hindsight. They played it for a few tours in the years following its release. However, and considering that it was one of Rush's biggest early hits, they never played it live again after 1978, not once. That's kind of remarkable, actually, to cut one of their biggest early hits from every live show for nearly 40 years. They really must have despised the song. Anyway, on to the instantly recognizable solo by Mr. Lifeson on this one. Now, it's a fairly basic blues lick solo in D major, with some lovely and interesting little flourishes here and there strewn throughout, somewhat typical of early Lifeson. That said, Alex was still in the process of finding and developing his own soloing style. An effort, I suppose, to crawl out from under the shadow of his hero, Jimmy Page, who he sounded remarkably similar to on the band's debut album, as you no doubt know. While this solo still holds touches of Page's inspiration within its 40 or so second runtime, it's on a couple of other tracks from the album Fly By Night, where you can much more easily hear Alex starting to forge his own particular and distinct style. And there you have it, the solo to Fly By Night on day one of 30 days of Lerxst. Certainly hope you enjoyed that. We'll be back at it tomorrow, of course, and every day for the next 30 on 30 days of Lerxst. So please keep checking in, yeah, and we'll see you then. Cheers.